Hey, bless up, fam. Today we're gonna have not so popular of a subject, right? We're gonna talk about waste, right? On the homestead, a lot of people say, how do you all cope? How do you deal with disposing your waste? Today we're gonna talk about it. We got a bag, we got trash, what do you do with it? So there's a lot of different things that we do. You have to be creative in so many different ways whenever you're disposing of your waste. One of the things that you want to do is make sure that you separate all waste. That's the first action item. So all your paper goods should go in one location or one organized manner. Then your petroleum-based products like your cups, your plastics, your rubbers, your styrofoam, it should all go in another separate area. Then all your metals, your aluminums, any type of metal, you want to put that in a totally separate area as well. The reason why you want to separate these items is so that you can truly be organized in the way that you dispose them. Because the way that I will dispose of our paper products will be totally different from the way that we dispose of our metals or our aluminum, right? So with that in mind, a lot of the paper, as far as the paper, we burn a lot. We also use it for weed blocking. We also use it for composting. And you want to recycle and utilize it as much as you can. Some papers you can reduce down in size and put it as scratch papers. You can use it for wrapping. You can use it for holding as a container. When you're feeding your farm animals, if you just got a little bit of piece, instead of grabbing or getting a napkin, you can get a sheet of paper. You're not really worried about it. And then you can also, without going all the way into the pens, without a feeding pen, you can lay that sheet of paper or whatever you place those objects on inside the pen, and you don't even have to worry about a container, washing out container, doing any of those things. So you can utilize those resources. If it's cardboard or something like that, if it's a container or cardboard, far as a flat sheet or something like that, you can place your discarded food items into those pens. They can eat off of that cardboard. It's recyclable. It's not going to harm your animals. It'll break down and it'll still build up the soil content. So be very intentional and be creative on how you recycle. Far as the plastic type products, we use some of our, whenever you buy like a drink out of a plastic bottle, one thing you can do, you can cut the plastic bottle. You can use the top half to place in flower pots for watering, or you can place the bottom half for seed starts. Be very creative. Styrofoam cups are excellent for starting seed starts. Then what do you do once they kind of break down? I'm not going to tell anybody, but sometimes I just so happen to, quote, get some gas, and I got about 3 bags of plastics. Hey, if it just so happen to go into the trash can as I'm pumping gas, that might just happen. Or maybe I'm cleaning out my car, and if it just so happen to go in the trash can, that's another creative way. So you have to be intentional about what you're doing. There's a lot of different ways that you can really utilize aluminum. Aluminum is, and metals are great opportunities not only to recycle, but also to bring back some revenue back into the homestead. Recycling metal, aluminums, you can recycle those at your local recycle stations, and in some local recycle stations, they will pay you by the pound. That's another added value into recycling. Now when it comes to our eating, our food scraps, as you all know, our chickens, Sean and the chickettes, they love eating fresh food. So we definitely feed our chickens all of our scraps. The things that they don't like, Gigi will go into the garden or the garden area. She will bury a lot of that. That's a great way to build up your soil. So there's so many ways that you can be creative and you can recycle in so many ways that you can do that. But you got to be intentional. You got to look for those opportunities. And even if you repurpose a lot of those items, you'll be amazed on the success that you will have and the creativity that it'll bring about. Now, when it comes to Annabelle or the vehicles, changing oil, your local parts store, most chain parts store or even some of your local parts store will accept your oil containers where you change your oil into, whether it's your garden equipment, farm equipment, or even your vehicles. You can go and change that oil, right? And when you change that oil, you can take that oil and recycle it for free. Yes, for free. Check out your local parts store, and when you're going to buy the oil, not just only buy the oil, but inquire, do they have free recycling oil? It's real easy, it's real clean. You just get you a good container, invest into a good container where you don't have any leakage, and where you can contain that oil, and you can take it down to your local parts store and recycle that oil completely for free. So these are some creative options. Put down in the comment below some of your creative options that you use as far as recycling and disposing of your waste. And my last and final thing that I want to talk to you about is we just got our septic tank. Yes, yes, and yes, we got a septic tank, right? Now, when I squat, I have a place to pot or to plot my squat. Yes, a septic tank is so beneficial to the homestead. No more worrying about going to a RV dumping station. No longer about going into a place where you can find a dumping station, carrying waste, having that waste slosh and glosh and do all of that stuff. No longer being creative with how do you create this humiculture garden. All of that. Now we have a septic tank. A septic tank is a wise investment. Some people said, why did you dig your own? Why did you pay all that money? We had Department of Health come out. We had other inspector, water, all of these different type of inspections. What are they there for? Not only to take your money, yes, but they also there to protect the environment. They can provide you guidance. They can provide you a lot of information where you can have a good, clean, sustainable ecosystem on your own property. And don't you want that? If you're eating from your yard, if you're planting, if you're living off this, your kids, your grandkids gonna live, you want a great sustainable environment. So please keep in mind about how do you handle your waste. I don't know how you handle your waste, but I try to handle my waste with care and thoughtfulness. So handle your waste well, and don't forget to keep on growing. Y'all be blessed. Until the next time, take care. Grow.